Hi friends, good morning. I know these days you are bombarded with lots of videos. On one hand, with the religious group, many priests will post a lot of videos on the Bible readings and reflections and so on. On the other hand, you are also bombarded with lots of information about this particular deadly virus called coronavirus. Well, I thought of doing something in this free time when we are locked up here in the room. I thought basically to merge these two aspects of life, that is science and religion. In this context, I, as a priest, especially in the Order of Society of Jesus, I would like to explain to you, or in a very simple form, what we understand by this concept called the virus. At the same time, how do we connect this reality of viral infection with another aspect of our reality, which is God, which is the spirituality? So basically this video, a very short video, I'm trying to bring forth a little bit of connections between virus and God. So friends, when we talk about virus, it actually belongs to a very larger group of species that you call it microorganisms. So the reality is that both the microorganisms as well as God, both this reality in themselves, they are invisible. Fortunately or unfortunately, these invisible realities, that is God as well as virus, they both influences and both have a very major impact on our life. And today's context, both these invisible realities of virus and God, they both of them try to control our life. So today basically I'm trying to present to you in this short video what are the elements that we can learn from these two realities, that is virus and God. So as I told you that virus basically belongs to the species called the microorganisms, and as you see, the microorganisms can be classified into various types. It can be bacteria, it can be protozoa, it can be algae, it can be fungi, etc. And along with it, there is that fifth major category called virus. So there are five basically different types of microorganisms. One is bacteria, another one is protozoa, and third one is algae, and fourth one is fungi, and fifth one is virus. So when we talk about bacteria, you must have heard of, the lactobacillus bacteria. To give an example of what is bacteria is, we are eating curd, and curd is full of this bacteria, and they are supposed to help our body. So these are all known as probiotic bacteria. Normally they help our bodies. And another major type of microorganisms is the virus. I know nowadays we are all bogged down with virus and number of issues and number of things we are hearing about. So one of the example of virus is the HIV virus, or the swine flu, or you may call it today's coronavirus. So all of them come under this category of virus. When we talk about virus, it can be very, very deadly because they really causes viral infection. It can be anything from a normal flu that you're having a cold and cough and throat irritation, and it can lead up to a very strong symptoms like pneumonia, or it even finally land up causing you a death in your life. So virus, as we know, is absolutely deadly. So when we talk about these microorganisms, there are different types of infection caused by these microorganisms. So the first infection that I would like to talk about is the bacterial infection. So an example for a bacterial infection is the case, take the case of typhoid or even cholera. So both of these diseases, that is typhoid and cholera, are basically caused by the bacteria. And secondly, if you talk about fungal infection, which is caused by fungi or fungi, they call it. So these fungal infections are basically, you can see them on sometime on the skin, a kind of a rashes that you see, or even in your eye, which is fungal infection of the eye. So these fall under fungal infection. And you have a third infection called the parasitic infection. So you must have heard some people saying that I am suffering from amoeba. And these amoebas are they are parasites, and they are basically present in your abdomen. And as a result, these parasites cause a lot of discomfort in your stomach. There is a stomach pain, there is diarrhea, etc. that is happening. And the fourth and the major category of infection is the viral infection. And a fine example of this viral infection is today's context is the coronavirus. In my later videos, I would like to present the nuances or the features of this coronavirus. Basically, being a biochemist by nature, I would like to see what are the features of the virus from where we could learn something. On the other hand, the other invisible reality like God, what are the features that we can learn from God? First of all, both the realities, that is the virus as well as God, they both of them have a forward movement. What do I mean by forward movement? Forward movement for me is that they have go on influencing people. In one hand, you can say that the virus goes on infecting one person to the other. On the other hand, God also is unstoppable because He goes on infecting, or rather I use another word, He goes on influencing people with His ideal values of love, justice, peace and forgiveness and etc. So both have a forward moment, which means they try to reach out to as many people as they want. They both, the virus as well as God, they both try to contact as many people as they can. What is the result of their contact? Is a basic question. The result of their contact is basically both are two different ways in which they affect the people. If you take the case of a virus, it is absolutely destructive in nature. As I said to you, anything starting from a cold to a fatal destructive incident, that of a death, can be caused by virus. So basically, virus has a nature of destruction. It causes severe damage to the lives of the people through this forward movement. On the other hand, you have God, which is also a forward movement, and the power of God tries to reach as many people as it can. On the other hand, the power of God is absolutely influential, absolutely empowering. It is constructive, as we know. So, dear friends, the question is, what is my nature with respect to this virus and God? Am I like the virus, which is very destructive? Or am I like God, who is very influential, who is constructive, who is all empowering? Let me end this video with a saying of my founder, Father Ignatius. Pray as if God will take care of everything and act as if everything depends on you. So, dear friends, see you with the next video. At the moment, the only message is choose between virus and God. Do you want to be really destructive in nature, or do you want to be constructive or empowering? See you all next video.